Zeal Education Society, redefining excellence.
Hello everyone. I will start this presentation by introducing myself. Myself, Vaishnavi Santosh Rao. I am the student of Zeal Polytechnic studying in third year of Diploma in Computer Engineering. I would like to describe that me and my group members Akanksha Kate and Pranali Sapkar have prepared the project on the critical analysis of the study of bank industry towards the development of small scale and medium scale enterprises. We have done this project under the guidance of Mahesh Pawar sir. My talk will be divided into three parts. Firstly, I will talk about the introduction of our project. Secondly, I will talk about the Bank of Industry. After that, I will talk about the problem statement. And lastly, there comes the objective of our project. Now moving forward, let's talk about the introduction of our project. The study of the role of Bank of Industry towards the development of small scale and medium scale enterprises is quite interesting. These enterprises have a very important impact on the life of everybody in the society. Also, my friends, the dynamic role of the Bank of Industry in development of small and medium enterprises is an engine through which the objective of developing nation can be achieved. Which that has been recognized and stated in the literature. Isn't it quite interesting? The role of small and medium scale enterprises in our economic history, however, has been one of the distribution and contribution. Now, as the introduction has been over of the project, let's move towards the next point, that is about Bank of Industry. Bank of Industry can also be known as BOI. BOI was conceived to catalyze the transformation of real sector. Its mandate is to provide the financing and business support services to entrepreneurs, especially SMEs, with this strong potential for employment generation and exports. BOI vision is to be a leading self-sustaining development financing institute, operating under the management and banking principle that would promote the emergence and development of the nation as well as of industrial sector. So guys, there are some BOI core activities. First, there is project identification and selection. After this, there is resource mobilization. Next, there will be a financing. After financing, there is industrial policy formulation. And lastly, there is business development support. So that's all I want to talk about the Bank of Industry. Now, the next point is the problem statement. Most government agencies have undergone the number of reorganization, especially the Bank of Industry, which affect their forces and activities that leads to the effective performance and lack of proper control. On the part of small-scale enterprises, how effective are they utilizing the services rendered to them by the Bank of Industry, which is BOI? Also, are they able to cope with the policies adopted by these agencies, that is BOI, in obtaining loan and other services rendered, such as interest rate on a capital collateral facilities of the role of government. So my friend, this was the statement of the problem. Now moving forward, I would like to talk about the most important point of our project, that is objective of our project. One of the important objective of the study is to analyze the various role played by the Bank of Industry in development of small-scale enterprises, as well as the activities of the government policies, such as provision of infrastructure and etc. It is also to analyze the various ways by which Bank of Industry has contributed effectively to the development of economy through the role played in finding and provisions of other necessary features for development of small-scale enterprises. Another objective of this study is to identify and consequently analyze the most effective and efficient way through which Bank of Industry is developing a small-scale enterprises and medium-scale enterprises, as well as the activities of the government policies. So guys, that's all I want to talk about. Thank you so much for giving your time. Over to you, Pranali.
Good afternoon, myself Pranali Sakpal. Till now, we have seen about the introduction, about problem statement and objective of our project. Now let's see about the B.Ed services. It acts as an intermediate between the entrepreneurs and both local and international financial institutions, assisting businesses access financing from these institutions. BIO also aims to support business through the provision of the following support programs. That is, it also provides financing for the support of entrepreneurs through the provision of direct loans, guarantee support, etc. Another bio services is that it provides financial advisory services to entrepreneurs. Here are some bio services. Let's have a look at that. Equity financing, co-financing, infrastructure development or industrial parks, structured lending, international operations or trade services, management of specialized funds, other complementary services rendered by BOI's subsidiaries, leasing, trustees, insurance, consultancy, aid microfinance bank and bureau de change are the complementary services. Now moving forward to the next topic, that is roles of bio. In its bid to further cascade its operations to micro, small and medium enterprises, BOI recently established a microfinance bank and also introduced lending to cooperatives. The bank similarly encourages state governments to establish MSME funding schemes under which BOI and state governments contribute in equal proportions solely for the industrial development of their respective states. Now, let's see the next topic. The following figure shows us the banking industry overview. In this, the giant bank occupies the 59% of our banking industry and small scale banking industry occupies the 11%. 18% of the area is occupied by large bank and 12% is occupied by medium banks and credit unions. Now let's move forward to our next and last topic, that is research questions. When we are doing the research on a particular topic, many questions arises. Like that, here are also some questions which are arise during our research. Based on the subject matter, the researcher prefer to use the following questions for research findings. What are the problems of small and medium scale business or enterprises? What are the roles of small and medium scale enterprises? Are banks of industry the sole financier of small and medium scale enterprise? Question 4. Does government have favorable policies towards the development of small and medium scale enterprise? Question 5. Does government policies have an impact on small and medium scale enterprise? Now I should stop here and I would like to cover the next points by my next team member. Over to you, Akanksha Kate.
Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation. First of all, let me thank you all for coming here today. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Akanksha Molkate and I am studying in Diploma in Computer Engineering. So friends, we saw many more things about the role of Bank of Industries towards developing small and medium scale enterprises. So guys, I'm going to talk about the significance, the scope and the limitation of the study. As you can see on the screen, my first point concerns with the significance of the study. So friends, we all know all topics have some significance. This topic also has some significance that it can serve as a reference material to the other students or researchers who might be interested to write or make the similar type of researches and discharging its functions to their customers. In our next slide, we can see how bank is contributed to the development of a country. It can contribute in many ways, like establishing economic stability, etc. So everyone, I want to describe you about who can benefit from these studies. So very first one is the management. It helps to give rise to confidence of the banking public in the bank of industry. Second one is the prospective investors. Investors and customers of Bank of Industry will further be enlightened and on the beneficial service maintaining and offered by Bank of Industry. Third one is general public. They can benefit through by devoting a research and developing initiatives. Fourth one is the policymakers. They utilize this study in assisting the Bank of Industry by designing the appropriate policies. Fifth one and the last one is the research and academic. They can use this result of studying by using juggling process. So now let's move to our next point, that is scope of our project. Research helps us to discuss the problem associated with small scale and medium scale enterprise business. It will accommodate the views of the respondent. These are some need of Bank of Industries mentioned in the above figure. So friends, we can move to our next point, that is limitation of the study. Need of sufficient information which the analyst could acquire for necessary research work, as some of the organization officials found to be very busy. Here are some definition of terms that were used in our research or study. That's all I want to say for now. I have covered all the points that I needed to present today. I'd like to thank you for taking out the time to listen to my presentation.